you know.
Okay, we're ready.
All right, so we have a $10 donation from Mammalia, who says, Alf's back in speedrun form. So with that, don't go out if you dare. You'd better be good. You'd better beware. It's Night Trap with Ecdycis. Yay! Yay! Everyone clapping! Yay!
All right. I think we're ready to go.
Yes.
All right, cool. Awesome. Hello, everyone. My name is Ecdycis, and I'm going to be doing this wonderful game known as Night Trap. Just as a few things really quick. This is the opening to the silly block, and another segue from the horror block. From the horror block. Last time I did from awful to, I guess from awful to horror. This time it's horror to silly, so it's a fun time. Anyway, I do a lot of spooky speedruns. Before we begin, I just want to kind of go over a few things. One Couch, would you like to introduce yourselves?
Hello, my name's Clendaria, and I also run this game.
Hi, I'm maxylobes.
I was here earlier. I ran Bloodstained Curse of the Moon earlier this marathon, and I don't play this game either.
Alright, also, yeah, I guess we're just pretty much good to go, all things considered. I just want to, point out a meme reference of Game Saved, which was from Silent Hill a year ago. I just had that sign for a while and I have no idea what to do with it, so. Anyway. I thought it was 2019.
Wasn't it 2 years ago?
That it does. I just wanted to double check. We met the blindfolded incentive?
Yes, we did.
Awesome, okay.
Tie them eyeballs up.
So before we begin, I'm just going to show you really quick. This, you cannot really see through it, as you can see. It is all there. It is all right there. No, I'm not cheating. And as well, during the interview, I got asked why I play on PS4. Actually, because of this light. Throughout the run, there's going to be a mechanic that involves this light, so every now and again, I'll kind of just, show you it just to show, hey, we are indeed doing this. I think it's a cool thing that it registers at that. Anyway, I'm going to start the intro movie. We can start time once that happens. I'll kind of give the gist of the story, and then we're going to get into this best ending Night Trap blindfolded. All right. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Woo! Clap, 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 clap. That Keanu Reeves? Pretty sure.
It is
God, you
time.
find my controller. There it is.
Are you serious, man?
You don't need
I
that.
put it down in a way I didn't know where it was.
Put it in your lap.
Well, now it's in my lap.
Just use instinct. You'll be fine.
Oh yeah, there we go. Ah yes, the
Hold it
perfect
with
plan.
your teeth.
But yes, just as a precursor, Night Trap is an FMV game that's based on a 90s cheesy movie based on the 80s, so enjoy. This will kind of explain the whole story and what we're doing here.
Ah, yes, plot.
Well, we need plot for a game like this. It's half the fun.
Yeah. It makes total sense.
Oh no, there's no escape, my sweet little plum.
I just love his laugh, by the way.
All right, Mike, I think we've seen enough of that. Wow, it's gotta be the strangest thing I've ever seen. I hear that.
Just got this in last night.
All right, listen up. The students that have been coming up to work the resort on this side of the lake have been disappearing right and left.
Local authorities didn't have a clue.
As a-
until our
yeah, that dude's
surveillance
laugh
teams
is
tapped
pretty
into the
incredible.
winery house right there and taped everything you just saw.
What about the cameras and the traps? Probably security. So nuts.
We suspect they're using the winery house as a cover, and they're getting anyone who stumbles onto their scheme, whatever that is.
Mike. This is Kelly. Kid.
Come on, isn't she a little young?
She's young, but she's one of our best.
She'll also be working inside. And remember, no one goes in until we get the signal from her.
I want to know more about these traps.
Yeah. That's one thing we've got going for us.
How's that?
One of our guys put an override on the camera cable unit here, in the back hallway.
Which means?
means we have complete control of the cameras and the traps.
But who operates that?
They do.
And who's that?
I'm not exactly certain. Special operators from Control. But we gotta work together on this one. Any questions?
Let's rock and roll.
Be careful out there, huh? And you keep your eyes open. We're all depending on you, especially Kelly. She should be there now. I'll switch you over. And good luck.
All right, now we're in the game. So the way Night Trap works is we're playing as special control operators, and we need to keep our eyes open for these guys breaking into this house to keep our special agent, Kelly, safe. You may hear a decent amount of beeping. That is me activating the trap. So there is a grid of about 8 different rooms in the game. You can see in the bottom left. All these rooms are going to always be the same. And I'm going to be listening out for every time I capture people in these traps. That being said, the order is... one moment. The order of these rooms is going to be the hallway 1. It is going to be the kitchen, and then the entryway, then the living room. Then we have bathroom, which I'm in right now, which has 2 captures, funny enough. After that, we have bedroom, hallway 2, and driveway. Throughout the game, you'll have to kind of go through all these different rooms in order to find what you, need to trap. And in addition to that, you may have heard about the color code. This is what we hacked into. It's the family security, and throughout the game, this color code will actually change. So I'm going to have to not only be aware of all the people we're capturing, we also need to be aware of any color code changes, or else I won't be able to use the traps. In order to get the best ending, I need to capture every single enemy in the game. And now, the way the enemies work and what makes this a pretty decent challenge run is that they'll always spawn in the same ways. There are going to be some weird ones coming out throughout the game, but they're always going to have these spawns. We're going to have our first little break in a moment with some more dialogue, but I hope that kind of gives the general gist of the early game. It's kind of nice as well that you don't need to be too specific on when you can trap. You can just sort of like hammer the button and then you can just get it.
So, what's happening tonight, Dad?
Here's some backstory, by the way.
Bottle the 2 downstairs, and Sarah's coming in with 6 more tonight.
6? Yep.
It's incredibly
Problem is
80s.
Sheila and I might have to make a delivery.
That's no problem. Tony and I can handle it.
I'm not so sure.
Please have to go too.
Whoa. What's this? This is special vintage.
Oh, Jeffrey, don't be so selfish. Think of the poor, starving augurs.
Those animals.
They're here.
Good.
So this is also going to kind of show another thing, that story does happen while you're playing the game, but it's going to be weird because we can actually break up the story and choose it how we want to choose it, and at some points I have to do that. If I really wanted to, I could just wait in the entryway of this room the entire time. This is where the next capture is, but I figure it's more entertaining if we have some story along the way.
Much too much. Come, let's visit the girl.
It just
So what do you
reminds
guys
me
think
of
so
Clue.
far? It has some similar acting, I'd say. Also, this question may have come up already, maybe by my own couch or people in general who are watching. If you're wondering why do they walk like that, it's because they didn't know where the traps were, and they're always had to be ready to fall into a trap, so it looks like they really have to go to the bathroom at all points.
They're lurching. They're like, ugh.
They are. There we go. But yeah, a lot of these movements are going to be very particular. You'll actually notice I am actually doing some of them ahead of time. So all I have to do at this point is once I get the capture, I can go to the next room. Some of these get really hectic. Early game is pretty chill. They give you a bit of leeway time. Like the music in between, but I can still wait. Late game, we're going to get some insane ones where I quite literally need to be on the next room immediately.
I'm guessing it gets like pretty... like the windows are pretty tight.
Very.
Like how?
Very
Like what
tight.
would be the quickest transition you'd have to do? Like a second or two?
Yeah, like 1 second you need to go from one room immediately to another one.
Okay.
Right, while spamming the trap button.
Exactly. Another thing that should be noted is we saw one earlier, but some of these rooms have more than one capture. So it's not enough to get one capture. Like in the bathroom here, I need to keep an eye out and, well, I need to keep an ear out
Good job.
to make sure I get both of them. These are gonna happen a lot, aren't they?
Don't laugh at your own jokes. You're not funny.
Nerd.
No, you. Right now, this is probably the most awkward room in the game because it's so long. So if you'd like to read a couple donations, feel free to go for it.
All right. We have a $100 donation from Thod, who says, another haiku. Dropping a hundo. St. Hazel's Hospital Glitch. Exhibition rules. We also have a $10 donation from a Sega CD. It says, Ecdycis, why have you forsaken me? Night Trap was the only thing I was ever good for.
I needed to play it on the PS4. I also haven't. Wait, where did I put it? I don't know where. I had a copy on my desk.
You have a blindfold on. I just want to remind you.
Oh yeah, I can't find where I put it. I had a copy on my desk, but I don't know where I put it. Oh, we're about to come up to our first code change, by the way, which I'll bring this up to show you it does indeed change. Hold on. Capture? There we go. Alright, this one, we're getting our first code change.
The trap access code from blue to red.
Okay, so we got red. We're gonna remember red. Really quick though, we have to capture this guy before we do the code change. The reason why is because the code changes actually react in real time. It's not enough. There it is. It's not enough. Also, red is yellow, red. Red? I think it's red. I'm assuming it's red. If not, well, I messed up. But I'll know in a moment.
Did you just try to look when you had a blindfold?
No.
I'm telling you. It did.
There it is. We got it. Here's the capture. But yeah, so you can see how that goes, and it should be red here. Also, the best part about Night Trap is a party. I know this is why we all tuned in. One of my favorite parts of the game, we get to see a bit of it, so enjoy.
Good song. Is this where they sing the song?
I mean, the song? Yes.
The song.
As a real
I should mention, though, the song gets broken up with auger captures.
What?
Yep.
That's sick.
So you can argue if it's weird that I routed in the song along with the captures. What I'm actually doing is I'm using the song to know when to capture certain augers. Because I know where they're all going to spawn. And we can enjoy a fun song with our, this is Megan singing it. From that really cool Yeti shirt. I always have to be careful dancing because I end up, like, facing backward. Okay.
Honestly, playing a tennis racket like a guitar and singing into it like a microphone,
Yeah.
I can relate.
All sleepovers are like this. I can confirm, as a real-life human woman.
Only in the 80s or, like, ever?
It's a guitar. It's always. A guitaraphone.
Alright, back to the game. Alright, so we capture that.
Like,
and now I can do a few more actual captures here. I tried, like, if you're wondering how I remember all these, I kind of do a thing in my head, like it's gonna be 1B2 and then 1BL. I try to analyze it with different letters and such to hopefully remember everything. Especially with how crazy some of these end up getting. And if I ever do get lost, I do have anchor rooms, which an anchor room would be the driveway. Because the driveway will have crickets unlike any other room. And if I hear those crickets, I can quickly reestablish my position if I've messed up. Which so far we're doing pretty good, I would say. In practice, I feel like the worst rooms are around 70 for the capture count, which we'll see at the bottom.
I think someone's taking control of the system.
We'll see if you can get it.
Wait. Yeah, I almost forgot one.
oh boy.
I was like, not yet. Here we go. So right now we're on red and we're getting another code change. Like I mentioned though, it's never instantaneous for the next capture in some cases. So here we go. Let's see what we get. Right now we're on red. The codes can be RNG. They can be anything.
Come on, Studley. We better change that code. How about orange?
Orange. So orange is going to be 4 to the right, which I'll hold this up so you can see it. After this capture.
And the dubbing of the RNG was put in way later, if you can't already tell.
Should be orange. I guess I could have gone 2 to the left. Okay, thank God I got that, by the way. So the RNG is actually something made by the dev who remade this game. In the original game, there wasn't RNG. It was always the same code changes. That being said, they ended up redubbing the lines so you can hear the audio difference. And even funnier, right now we're on orange. With the next code change, you can go like, oh, I don't like orange. What about orange? And I'm really hoping that happens. Also, here's my favorite scene in the game. I just love Megan as a character. She's hilarious. She's cool. Also, it should be orange here.
He's having fun. That's what truly matters.
It is.
Look at this stuff. You know, they should test this stuff
Okay,
on
with Megan.
before they let people like you play with it.
Right, and how would they do that, Megan?
With a little rat. See, first you put him in a chair with a clout. Oh, no, Miss Lisa. That was too tight. And then you find some powder and you put it all over his face. Oh, no.
Is she talking to me? Me, the viewer?
Maybe.
You and only you.
Are you wearing makeup right now?
Yes.
Then yes.
You look great, by the way. Starwin, you look great.
No.
My one regret, by the way, in terms of couch, I really wanted to print out like a bunch of it, like, I guess those like giant poster heads and put them behind me to have like a replicated couch, but I didn't know how to do that. But it would have been funny.
Just put like 3 potatoes on the desk.
It would have been good. Okay, so really quick before the next coming part, I want to mention that this game does have a bit of notoriety in that it is one of 2 games that ended up leading to the creation of the ESRB. That is the thing that lets you rate video games. We're actually going to be approaching that scene in a brief moment. The game that was, I think that was deemed very violent and led to the creation of that. And was also deemed that this would never show up on a Nintendo console, which I own on the Switch now, so that went well. Also as well, this game today rates T for teen, which I think is kind of hilarious. That being said, though, this room's going to take just a little bit, so you have time for one quick donation.
All right. Schmumbler sends $25 and says, so glad you got this incredible run into GDQ. Best of luck, Ek.
Hey, thank you. He had a very good homecoming run earlier in the same event.
Shout out to Schrumbler. He's the homie.
Yeah. And one of the worst parts about this run, though, is the awkward silence. Like, some rooms just take a while, and if you mess it up, it's like, okay, am I in the right room? Just right now, here's the world-famous scene that led to the creation.
How do you get in the shower?
Oh, he snuck in there from the hallway, too. He just walked in and before she entered the room, and he, you know, is the master of disguise. Also, I should mention who these guys are now, because we kind of glossed over that. These guys walking around like they have to go to the bathroom are called augurs. They are toothless vampires with guns that let them drain people's blood.
What?
You gotta adapt. You adapt.
Sick.
So there's your horror aspect of the silliness. This game is gonna get really good at the moment, because we're about halfway through, I'd say. By the way, that should have been 51?
Yes.
Hey, okay, we're good right now. I actually remember certain rooms and certain captures on my, like, oh, are we doing it well? I asked my couch just to let me know, just in case I messed up. I really don't want to, like, do a bunch and then find out at the end of the run, like, oh, I missed a room. So, yeah.
So
okay.
the augurs are, like, played by 100 different guys, right? There's 100 of them?
Yeah, there's, like, a team of them.
Okay.
Also, right now we're on orange, so let's see if we get it.
We got big problems.
What?
The Augs are here.
All right, I'll go downstairs and reset the access code to yellow.
Okay, yellow is 3 to the left. Right now we're on yellow. We're going to get 1 capture in this room, and we're immediately going to change it to something else. And this part of the game's mean.
And the screen going fuzzy is you just confirming you're in the correct room, right?
Correct. Every now and again, I'll kind of like re-push a button just to make sure I didn't move my cursor. Sometimes I forget. I am human. So if that happens, that means I'm just pushing it just to make sure I'm still in the same room.
Let's go down.
All right, right now we're in yellow.
Maybe Tony has seen the Augs.
Gotcha.
I'd feel better if we switched the code again to purple. We don't want anyone else to get control.
Purple.
Not bad. I'd like you to stay in your room and be careful.
By the way, if you guys didn't know, they actually got one of my reactions in this game. When it hits like 14:35 or so, you're gonna see me when I got this game accepted in SGDQ.
Here we go.
It was that one. I love the high five. I feel like they weren't taking it seriously at that point. Like,
yeah, this guy's being
that's the reaction. Hey, we're getting paid by the hour. Also, this kid has a ray gun now and he's just murdering the augurs. Are they really the bad guys?
Yes.
I mean, he's murdering them.
They're toothless vampires trying to kill you. Yes, they're the bad guy.
Trying their best.
They didn't even try to talk it out first.
Jelly, you don't
really
have
quick,
one.
So this game is about to get really mean. Those of you guys who aren't aware, this game has trick captures. So if you didn't get to this cutscene on time, you'd see an augur walking around, but this is the guy who gave that little boy a ray gun. Probably not responsible. I should capture him, but if you capture him, you can lose a perfect game. So you have to let him pass, and then you need to make sure you capture the proper augur, who comes. I use the tick of there is going to be a laser beam because this kid is murderous, and once that happens, I can start mashing the button once again.
Yeah, getting best ending is pretty difficult in this game if you don't know like where you're going or what you're doing.
You know, I loved Starwin's explanation of why they're the bad guys, but in my head, all I could think of was like, what if they're just trying to find the bad?
Maybe they are.
They obviously can see. They high-fived each other.
Also, can I get a big F for Mike? We're not out here to save him. We actually need to watch him die because the guy we're trapping is on the roof.
So best ending, someone dies.
Correct.
Yes. Yeet.
Ah, yes. Classic.
Okay, game is going to get really hard. We're hitting the climax of this game. Right now, the girls are aware that there are vampires running around. So a lot of the rooms we're going to are going to be very quick pace, as you can see here. We're also going to be hitting some game over captures. Certain captures in this game that if you miss them, you get a game over. That is normally if you end up getting one of the girls killed, potentially, or... Alright, we did. Something akin to that.
You got offered the job to be an augur. How much would you take as payment? What would be the minimum?
Oh, they can pay me anything, man. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Volunteer.
You have to
volunteer.
You have to remove your teeth, though.
Oh, maybe not that one then. I need a dental plan with my acting gig, you know? There it is. I was like, wait, did we get it? Because some of these are getting really close. All right, we're about to hit one of the hardest captures in this game. One moment, I need a bit of silence. Wait. Oh. One moment, I'm gonna ask for confirmation in a moment. I do have a backup. Okay. Oh boy. All right. I don't know what I'm at right now. I think I got it.
What number are you looking for?
I'll tell you once we get to Tony.
Okay.
Because right now we're hitting a lot of like game overs, quick ones. 2 outside. 1 inside. Oh, by the way, all 3 of these captures are game over captures. This is one of the hardest ones in the game because you can't mash it. You have to do it perfect. So the way I do this one is I end up listening to Kelly, and when she says, use the trap's control, I'm going to count in my head to about 3 or 4. I also use Megan's screams as a reaction on when to trap. So I need a bit of silence for this one. Got it. Got it. So there's the Megan capture. So not this capture, but the next one, when I capture Tony, it should read 80. If it's not 80, I may need to reload my checkpoint. Also, Tony's awesome because he can just do this.
Pew.
Alright, so once I capture Tony, it should read 80.
I tried to save it from the Oggs, but you had to interfere, and now you will pay.
Tony, I don't understand. This is crazy.
Don't be foolish, Kelly. They wouldn't stand in my way. Would you?
I would. Are we at 80?
You are at 80, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Oh my god. Alright. We're about to get a bit of a break. That whole section, like I mentioned earlier, is probably the worst part of the game. If you make it past Tony, you're home free normally. Alright, we're about to get a lot of exposition. If you would like to read a couple donations really quick, feel free. Once we're in the entryway, though, I would like to play that cutscene.
All right. Ms. Moonshine sends $25. Says, your whole community is rooting for you, Ek. Love to see the return of the legendary blindfold that cleaned the ring. Donation goes to Runner's Choice. Good luck trapping all those pesky vampires.
Aww.
Shout out to Ms. Moonshine.
The ring.
The ring.
Alright, so we have the entryway now.
You just saved my life. Kelly, you all right?
This will kind of explain a bit what's going on.
Can you capture the military guys, by the way?
No, they hired us.
No. We can capture them. It'll be funny.
They're scat.
You've got some explaining to do. Well, in that case, then why don't we all go into the living
The
room?
elite members of SCAT.
Just take it nice and easy, folks.
Is the scat man part of their group?
I really wish I had a military force like that, by the way. They're just so cool.
They are. Those guns look so real.
Also, the name Scat has not aged well.
Thanks, Zach. Appreciate that.
No problem. Okay, one of my favorite parts, by the way. So all the way in, like, the end game when, like, the climax is going down, you still have guys trying to sneak into the house on the roof. Like, we're right now at, like, the very end of this run. We're getting really close to being done, and there are still guys trying to break into the house.
Yeah, that's the double-edged sword of this game, is you'll want to see the scenes, but if you watch them, you're gonna miss the captures.
Oh yeah, like right now there is like kind of the breakdown of the lore with Scat and the vampires, but we can't actually do those because we have to capture the augurs, and the game's really weird how it's decided. And that's just kind of naturally in that sense.
Makes it worth a few playthroughs.
Oh yeah. There it is. We will be looking a bit in on that one though, because I again use that as kind of like a checking point. And then as well, just one of my favorite cutscenes in the game.
Wicked curse. Wandering
Alright, here we go.
looking for
Enjoy.
blood, hoping one day to become a vampire.
Ew.
Vampires, you
Gotta be jiving me.
Let's cuff these freaks and drag them downtown. Hold it.
I don't think you understand, Mr. Martin, but you're in serious trouble here.
No, Lieutenant. I'm afraid it is you who doesn't understand.
Alright, now I gotta go back to this hallway, too. By the way, a fight just started in that room, and we have to leave it. More importantly, that is going to be probably one of the hardest captures in the game coming up. We have to save one of the Scat agents. And the way that's going to work is I'm going to be using audio cues once again. I use the music. I think it's a word crescendo, but there's going to be a musical ramp-up on the 7th or 8th beats, and I use that to know when to capture. So enjoy probably one of the coolest songs in this game. I'll start counting once we're there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
What are we going to do with the
We're good.
others?
Don't worry about them. Now, let's go and get that phony.
Love how she just let this teenage boy grab a gun out of her hand.
That is, yeah, that's absolute truth.
Well, they are Scat. Also, that was literally like one of the final 5 captures, and he's still late to the party on the roof.
Just vibing, dude.
Okay, we are on the final 4 captures of this game. If we get these last 4, we have beaten the game. We are going to have to immediately go from hallway 1, which I'm in right now, to the bedroom. Once that music starts, we're home free. And we will kind of see the climax of this game. If we got best ending, I will know it. Please don't tell me. I like to be told by the game. Here we go.
But it was going to be a surprise.
I just want to mention, like, how do they afford all the security?
I don't know why you would build your house like this. That's just me.
You know, investments.
Also, you think if you built this house, you would remember where the traps are?
The same guy that made the Resident Evil mansion. This is like his first project.
This is a passion project.
All right, last capture of the game. If I got 100, this is gonna be best ending, and I'll know when Kelly tells me. Time comes when the credits appear on screen, by the way. Let's see. If I hear you're perfect, we won.
Alright, you were perfect.
Boom, baby, we got it!
Nice, man. Good.
Now,
GG.
Here you go.
And next time I'm on special assignment,
Since it was requested by Kung Fu Fruit Cup,
I'd go anywhere with you. And feel secure.
we have one more capture.
No, don't do it.
No. You've done nothing.
I won!
wrong.
I won! Here it is.
You are a
It's not
terrible
over
human.
yet. I mean, at this point, we must trap them. Time.
You
And
wasted
that is my
7
trap.
seconds.
I did waste 7 seconds for that. But I got it blindfolded on. I was really worried about this, and I'm really happy that it got selected to be in this event. There was one part of that run I was kind of nervous, but it worked out, and I'm very happy that this worked. While the credits are playing with a wonderful song, I just want to say thank you for having me be able to run this game. I wanted to be able to follow up Nightcry pretty well, so Night Trap felt like a decent thing. And I do a lot of spooky games and horrible games on my Twitch channel, so check it out there. And as well, I missed it last time, but one, I do want to shout out Tyler, who actually worked on the development of this game, and I talked with him, and he kind of explained why some of the quirks in this game are the way they are. And I would actually like to thank both my couch and the Spanish restream, because I missed them during Nightcry, and they are always really nice to me, so I just want to give them a nice shout out. But yeah, that was Night Trap.
Yeah, thanks for having us, Zach. That was awesome.
Yeah, if you guys enjoyed the wonderful song, it'll play until the ending. We can look at all the fun stuff here. But I cannot see a thing.
I mean, you can take it off. Nah, just keep it on. Who am I kidding?
I have to keep it on at this point.
Fair. I'm not gonna argue.
Yeah.
Runner knows best.
Devil's advocate, I'm gonna be the one that tells you to take it off.
No, I'll keep it on though. I like it.
Is it empowering?
It is empowering at this point.
Does it heighten your other senses like Daredevil?
It lets me capture toothless vampires. Toothless vampires, specifically.
I feel like evolution failed them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're toothless.
Yeah, they are. Where do they get the guns?
Wait, you said they're vampires, right? Don't we see them from the perspective of a mirror and we can see them in the mirror?
They wear the bodysuit. They're not reflective on the inside of the suit.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm not.
This logic is flawless. What are you talking about?
I feel like this game existed to promote the song.
It is a great song. I love how the augurs keep falling into the same traps as their friends. Like,
oh yeah.
Maybe watch and see what he did and don't do the same.
I mean, I feel like they can't see much anyway.
They're probably blind too.
But yes, Night Trap.
Woo, congrats. 100 out of 100. Very good.
Yeah, best ending unlocked. And, yeah. Thank you for having me.
All right, so I wanted to let all of you know that we met the glitch exhibition for St. Hazel's Hospital. Thank you so much for your donations. Next goal here, obtain the Alf book in Alf the video game. This is a book. This is a book in the game that will force you to read a short story before you reset the game. They're going to add it to the run if we meet that. We're so close. We have $200 left in that, so let's start getting those Alf donations in, and then after that, your next goal, your next mission, all of you, is to watch the Fiona cutscenes and Asgan the Dragon Slayer. This is apparently, I have not seen these, I want to see these. It's apparently these cutscenes are involving a very silly fairy named Fiona who speaks in a musical whimsical tone, is what it says in the description. So it says, we can show them off for you. So let's get both of these met. Let's get Alf. Let's get Wacky Fairy Lady. Let's do it. Let's go. Speaking of which, let's get some of these donations that helped us reach the horse goal. Spiel with a Knife sends $20 and says, I demand the horse glitches. Well, you are a circle that wants to stab me, so well, let's get that. Senna sends $10 and says, horse. Wow, I can't read. Horse glitch hype. There you go. Yeah, I did it. 15th try is a charm. Let's see. Grim sends $1,000. Let's get some applause going in the chat. Yay! What an absolutely wonderful speedrun. Way to use the traps control. Agreed. Anonymous sends $250 and says, I remember all the controversy around this game, and wait, it was always this silly? Good job with the blindfold run. I agree. I showed this game to some of my friends a couple years ago, and they were like, really? That's what everyone was scared of? they're dudes in suits poking people with plastic grabby toys they got from KB Toy Store. Yeah, super scary. Scariest game ever made. All right, we will be right back, but first we're going to play a brief Twitch ad, so don't go anywhere. All right, welcome back. More donations here. Kona Rican sends $200 and says, I always enjoy watching Silly Games blog. best part of the whole event, and it's always so much better when you can share it with others. And to the one I'm watching with, hi, Mom. And with that, let's go over to an interview. Let's get some nice insight on some of these upcoming runs. Take it away, you all.
Hello, it's Keizaron here, and I'd be remiss if I didn't say that insight would probably not be the correct term for what's about to happen in this interview. I am joined by Lizstar. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How are you, Keys?
Ready to be confused. So let's just go through your credentials real quick, okay? Because I feel like it makes sense. It would explain everything.
Okay.
Rystar, however you want to say it.
One of the best games ever made.
Return to Zork. Yeah, Return to Zork. Yep. Mega Man 3, specifically, the robots are revolting because it was on DOS.
Yep. One of the best games ever
Mega
made.
Man DOS,
Yep. One
which
of the best games ever made.
you have an affinity with DOS, I guess. Darkened Sky.
The Skittles video game. Gotta
yes,
specify.
The Skittles video game, indeed. And then, of course, tonight's run. Hypnospace Outlaw.
Yep.
Why?
Well, Hypnospace Outlaw is like an actually like really good game. Like I know I'm kind of known for garbage. Like my joke is that I live in a trash can. Hypnospace Outlaw is legit incredible, but it's also very silly. And I just kind of like I'm attracted to that. Just that aesthetic of silly, like haha, we just goofing off and having fun. And that's what a lot of Hypnospace is. Because it's a game that's based on late 90s internet and all the fun, creative, kind of weird stuff you can find on there.
I do have to point out real quick, it is a known fact that you live in a trash can.
Yes.
But you have a really nice kitchen for a trash can.
Thanks.
I'm really impressed.
Yeah, this is a really nice hotel kitchen because I'm here on site at GDQ. I would have had there's a nice foyer area right there, but I'm rooming with Darkman and he took it first. So I got the kitchen.
Oh, Darkman.
It's a nice kitchen.
Oh, Darkman.
Look, there's some bags.
So do you have an actual bed in the kitchen, or is there an actual bed that you can lay in?
There's a bed in my room, but there wasn't there. I set up in here just, so I could have some conversation with Darkman. Cause
it's an aesthetic.
Exactly. It's perfect.
I mean, if you're in a silly block, you got to have that silly aesthetic. Am I right?
Absolutely.
I see a paper towel roll. I see an oven and a microwave. A really nice oven and a nice microwave, by the way. Also, if it isn't abundantly clear that I'm avoiding every possible chance to talk about this game, you figured it out. That I very much am. I'm very much
Ask
solid
me questions, Keizaron. The world is watching.
Right. Okay. So, what should we expect? Obviously, it's silly. And you already said that there's that 90s aesthetic to it, but what are we expecting to actually see? Are we going to see really cool gameplay here, or are we going to see something akin to your DOS kingdom?
It's a point and click. Okay, so the way I describe this game, all right, it's a point and click adventure puzzle GeoCities simulator. So
like the websites?
Yes, like the websites. Exactly.
We just aged ourselves so much.
Watching this, you'll age yourself. There's so many references to late 90s and early 2000s internet culture that as soon as you watch it, you just revert back to that period. If you were born after it, do not, trust me, don't do that. But if you were born before then, it's really nice. It's a very nostalgic feeling. And I have it on good authority. I have a friend who was born in 2002, I think, and she's enjoying the game right now. So even if you aren't really from that period, you can still enjoy it.
Now, are there any? Okay, so the game's the game. Are there any glitches? Are we seeing anything speed techy at all?
Yes, we're actually seeing quite a bit of speed tech. There are a few tricks. I'm doing all cases because any percent and any percent no hap skip are they don't have enough meat on their bones for me. I speed run all of them. I have world record in hap skip and this category, all cases. But All Cases is the only one that has like enough meat on its bones, I think, for a good marathon run. But there are some skips. It's generally comes from knowing exactly what to do. Like, for example, let's say you need to report Bill Gates for copyright infringement, right? And you do that on day 2. But if you do it on day 1, it skips day 2 entirely, because doing that is what instigates going to day 3. So you do that in the any % run. You immediately slap Bill Gates with a copyright infringement claim. But we do that as quickly as we can before we'd really know about it, like in terms of gameplay, so that we can move as quickly as possible. I'll get into all this in the run. It's actually very fast-paced. I'm going to have Brosentia on the comms, and he's going to have to explain everything, because if I mess up, the run is dead. Like, if I go slightly too slow, the run is dead. It's that kind of run.
Well, it sounds like something that I guess I have to say, don't miss it, gang. If you're awake, you got to watch this. You got to watch this GeoCities, Angel Fire, Dumpster Fire, any sort of combination clickbait word I can come up with. But with that, thank you very much for entertaining me more than anything. And we're going to go ahead and throw it back to LLK. So we'll see you all soon.
All right, I am back, and ooh, we have donations that are Pringles themed. I enjoy. Let's see. Lizstar, that name sounds familiar for some reason, sends $20 and says, "Well, you got this mess in somehow. Now to submit IRL runs? Hashtag pop nonstop." Good. P.txt sends $5 and says, "Donating for the legendary game that is Pringles. Hashtag pop nonstop." And